Yeah, what's up everyone? Welcome to FILMspiration, the place where filmmakers come to get inspired. My name is writer-director Ed Guevara. Let's get down to business. So, thank you. Thank you and also honesty are two things that I wanted to talk about. Basically gratitude and honesty. Here's the big reason why. It's been a few days first off since I've last posted, and this morning I rushed off to the doctor. Everything's good, thankfully, and then it hit me like I'm blessed to have health insurance through work, and I'm thankful for that. I'm blessed to have a day job, and I'm thankful for that. I am blessed that that many people around me are in good health, that my wife is in good health, and I'm really thankful for that. I'm just thankful for a lot of things, and there's a lot of other stuff that I could look at, you know, with regards to, what's going wrong in my life and a bunch of problems and other mounting things. But do you want to focus on the glass half negative or the glass half positive? It's a choice every day to, you know, what you want to focus on. Do you want to focus on the negative, or do you want to focus on positive and what you do have in your life and what you are blessed with and what you do have going on? I would rather do that. And in focusing on the positive, I want to say thank you. First and foremost, thank you to the cast that of a new project that I'm going to be starting. It's a very teeny tinier project, only about the month of June of commitment, but still it's going to be an awesome journey, and I can't thank each and every single person enough. The people who have said, yeah, you know what, we'll jump aboard with you, Edgar. We'll do this thing with you, because they're placing their faith and their trust in me, and that's something that I don't play around with. So thank you, and I really do appreciate that trust and that faith. And I think thank you and gratitude, and I'm talking about like real gratitude, not, you know, not bullshit gratitude, and I'll go into that in just a minute. But I think thank you is a thing that is becoming so foreign and so rare that when it does come around, and even genuinely, or from, you know, of a genuine manner from people, I think people are like, oh, what does he want? What is he, you know, it's just like, it's so surprising, and it's just like, no, damn it, just, you know, it's a thank you. It's a thank you. The words thank you are a form of gratitude. Now, let's talk about thank you and gratitude within the independent film world. You know, I'm thankful for, you know, the people who maybe in the past I've not been able to pay, which has been many times, like many of us. But one thing that I've always wanted to make clear is, even if I wasn't able to pay people, I'd let them know, like, you know what, seriously, thank you. Big fat thank you, because number one, they didn't have to be out there helping me. Number two, they independent film, like grassroots, and I'm not talking about you guys like $50, $100, $500,000 and we're still suffering type of independent films. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about like, we've got a few $100s, let's make a short film type of productions. Okay, you guys, when people say yes, I will help you in that short, what do you want me to do? You want me to hold a light? You want me to take that water cooler or the ice chest? You know, you want me to pick up the sandwiches from Walmart? When somebody says, I'll help you out with that stuff, thank them. Say thank you. Because again, they didn't have to be out there. They want to be out there to help you create this thing that's going to tell a story. And then on top of that, it only happens when people come together. It could be a very teeny tiny crew of like a cast and crew of like 3 people. I've been on a 4-person crew, 2 mostly behind the camera, 2 in front of, and I've been on very big, well, my biggest set being, you know, All We Have, still working on it. In either case, people don't have to go out there. People don't even have to audition, you know. Maybe they needed the money, maybe they didn't, I don't know, but that's beside the point. The point is you say thank you in either case, because they didn't have to be, they wanted to be there for you. And if you can't pay them, that's perfectly fine. Be upfront about that. Don't try to bullshit anyone, because trust me, like, when you try to do that, you're fooling nobody. Word gets around. Just be honest and straight up and be like, hey, I can't pay you, But, and then here comes the thank you part, but thank you because this doesn't happen without you. This can't happen without you. And it's that much better with you. And it's happening in a much better way because your presence on the set. Thank you. And you know, it's not rocket science. That's why I tell people thank you all the time. Now, if let's put the stop on that for a moment. If I ever see somebody that's just ungrateful and you notice that all they do is take and take and take, and maybe they don't even say like, you know, hey, you're welcome, or then guess what? I'm also not going to be a sucker, and I'll still say thank you, but I also I will be able to identify when somebody is just also trying to take advantage of the situation also. So be able to identify those people, okay? That said, back to thank you. Say thank you, because I mean, even when people jump aboard your thing, they're placing trust in you. I don't like to, you know, cuss, but I'm just going to say, don't fuck around with that trust. Don't mess with it. Don't play with it. Say thank you. Thank you is another way of also saying that you, and say it directly too, the following words: I appreciate the trust that you're putting in me. It's not that hard to do, you guys. Like, now, let's talk about another form of thank you and gratitude or thank you and gratitude that I once was read in an email that was sent from people A to people B. People A is somebody that I know, and they were sent an email by people B. And people B basically needed something from people A. So people B sent people A an email. But if you read the email correctly, they weren't saying please or can we collaborate, or they're the ones who needed something, but then they ask people A in this very way. They said, we're going to do you a favor. We're going to give you an opportunity to work with us. And I'm just like, is that the way that you ask for a fucking favor? Like, again, I apologize for cussing, but I mean, seriously, that pisses me off. Is that how you ask for a favor? By trying to make it feel or seem like you're doing somebody else a favor when you need something? That is not the way to ask. And for all you out there who are doing that, you need to cut that shit out, because that is so easy to identify. And guess what? Personally, I'm going to want to stay about 10, 15, 100 miles away from you. No joke. Easy to identify. Don't ask for things in that way. Just be straight up. Just be honest and upfront. Be honest in your needs. Like, hey, can we collaborate? You know, I need a little help, and I see that you do X, Y, and Z. Here's what I can provide for you of value in exchange. Maybe it's not money. Maybe you have no money to pay the other person. That's fine too. Be upfront about that and say, but I'm an editor, or I do lighting, or I do audio, or, you know, here's what I can offer in exchange. You know, it's an in-kind exchange is what they call it, the technical term, basically bartering. It doesn't have to be about money, but give something. Ask correctly and give something. I'm getting a little passionate here because I see this all too often. People literally are asking other people for favors by trying to make it seem like they're doing the person that they're asking. I got lost for a moment. Like they're doing the people that they need something from a favor. Is your ego and your arrogance, you know, to the people out there who do that and use that little tactic or technique, is your ego and your arrogance so overblown that you're going to ask for a favor by trying to make it seem like you're doing somebody a favor? Again, easy to identify, and I'm just going to want to stay the hell away from you. Again, just ask the right way. Be upfront. Don't bullshit. Just say, hey, I was wondering if we could talk. I have a need. Just be honest. If you have no money, that's perfectly fine. There is no shame in doing a production with very little funds, but just be honest and say thank you and ask politely, ask correctly, and offer something in exchange. Don't skirt or dance around the whole money issue either. Another way to, it's funny because I keep on coming up with examples from real life that I've seen of how to not you know, bullshit people you know, with some bullshit gratitude, or, you know. Another thing, okay, don't do something for somebody if there's a catch to it. And then also pretend like there's no catch, okay? Saw a situation where person A gave person B money. And I thought, it's very nice of them. Very nice of them. You know, it's people helping people. On the onset, I asked, what's the catch? I was told, no catch. You know, this is what they do. And there you go. Okay, cool. Well, there was a catch. It was really weird. And so basically there was a catch ultimately. And in my opinion, no amount of money can ever mask or hide the fact that if and when there is a catch. Don't do that. Don't do things and, you know, put fake bullshit love out there and support when there's a catch. People are gonna see through that shit. I see through that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that to people. If you're gonna give, my 2 cents is, like, you know, for example, like all these videos. Why do I do this? Why? Because I wish I could put $1 million into everyone's productions. Maybe you're not in film. I wish I could give everyone $1 million. What I can give you is, hey, I know X, Y, and Z. Let's put that to use. And so I make these videos hoping to provide some value for you. And hopefully you can take something away from it. Again, I can't put $1 million into everyone's bank account. If I could, I would. But this is what I can offer. And I offer it in all honesty. You know, I'm always saying, hey, can you comment or like, share, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, here's the honest truth. Here's the honest truth. I'm really happy doing it because when anybody shares a video or when anybody hits like or leaves a comment, which all of those things I do encourage, they're not required. They're not mandatory. So when they do happen, I appreciate them. Do you see where I'm going with this? If you're going to give something of value, that's fine. But do it with this part of your heart or this thing in your heart. I'm sorry. I said that incorrectly. Do it with the thing in your heart where you honestly are okay with, you know, if you get nothing back in return or in exchange. Because that should be the reason why you give, is to give. Not because you think, ooh, I'm going to get something in return. I'm going to get, you know, like I've had, you know, I've seen certain catches where people expect really weird things in return for, you know, money that's given or whatnot. It's just like, no, dude, if you're going to do that, don't do it with the expectation of something in return. You know, some sort of weird loyalty or some sort of, you know, if you're going to give to give, or give because you know that somebody can use your help or your thing that you do. Give to give. And again, my 2 cents, the way I do it, you know, unless it's a formal transaction where, hey, if this is a service, I'm providing this for you in exchange for an amount of money, cool. Otherwise, if it's called giving, do it without expecting anything in return. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, and that goes for me too. I'm not exempt from that. You know, if I say I'm going to do something, and especially if it's going to be for free, like I was recently asked for an editing favor. I said, cool, like, let's do it. Not going to charge you, you know, and just go out there and do the best that you can. Go out there and do the best that you can. And that's it. That's freaking it. Like, I am so tired of people not knowing how to just say thank you, how to ask for things correctly, just being upfront. Everyone thinks they got to play like this, you know, oh, I got to put on this front and, you know, like I'm this big business person. It's just like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Honestly, get out of here with that. People see through the facades. Just say please up front. If you have no money, that's fine. Explain that, be honest about that, and say thank you. I appreciate you being here when you didn't have to. Can you guys tell I was thinking about this right now. Can you guys tell I'm a little passionate? Because this is the topic that really, it's really, I don't want to say it pisses me. I'm passionate about it. It doesn't piss me off. I'm passionate about it because I see too much of all the opposite or all the wrong things with regards to these topics going on. People not saying thank you, not asking correctly or politely, and then doing stuff for, in exchange for something that they expect to happen, but they were never clear or upfront with in the beginning. Stop doing that. Get shit out onto the table, get it clear, get it out into the open, be honest, be real. That eliminates all the bullshit, all the mystique, all of the, wondering or the curiosity of the situation. And it's just like, hey, boom, here's what it is. Here's what I've got. Please, thank you. Here's what I can offer in return. I appreciate you. That's it. And then run out there and do your thing. If you're able to collab, if you ask somebody for money, if you ask somebody for, a prop or a location like somebody's house or somebody's got a pool, whatever it is that you ask for, say thank you, and there you go. All the bullshit is removed. Just move forward. It's not rocket science, you guys. And that's why when, when I come across it, I not only identify it, I study it. I might be quiet, but I'm studying. I'm studying to further and better identify when stupid things like this come up. Because you know what they are? They're learning lessons for me, because I take those learning lessons, and when it comes up again later on down the line in the future, those are big red flags. That's what they are. They pop up as big red flags. It's as simple as that. And so, say thank you, say please correctly, know how to ask for something correctly, offer something in return. Maybe it's not money. If you are the giver, give without expectation, and give without, without some sort of a weird catch. And say thank you. It's people, especially in the indie film hustle, I think it's pretty clear that, because of the passion and the love that we have for the films and the filmmakers and the actors and the actresses that we all admire and have admired for the longest time, we get into this film hustle because originally there's a passion there to do and emulate what they do and tell our stories. And I love that. Don't ever forget that. That has to be the core of everything that you do. But when it comes to, non-clarity about, thank you and how you ask, or maybe you ask incorrectly, maybe you've seen other people ask incorrectly, maybe there's no thank you, maybe there's nothing offered in return. When you get into all of that minutia, then guess what? The actual task at hand, the storytelling, the actual filmmaking gets involved. You're either about one of two things, the craft, or you're about the bullshit. The bullshit is what happens when all of that minutia happens and you don't go about it correctly. The craft happens when you lay all the cards on the table, you say please correctly, you ask correctly, you say thank you, or you give without expectation, and you move forward. No bullshit. Boom, here you go. You're bored. Can we do something? Great. Yes. If not, that's okay too. And you move forward and you jump into your project. You get something done. That's what it has to be about. Can't be about the bullshit. I have always been a big advocate for you're either about the craft or you're about the bullshit. I don't like the bullshit because I like to get down to business. I like to get my hands into the dirt. I like to roll up my sleeves and let's just jump into work. Let's make a short film. Let's make a feature film. And I want the same for each and every single one of you guys. Don't be about the craft. Don't be about the bullshit. Know how to ask. Know how to say thank you. If you're asking, be clear about what you need. Don't try to bullshit anybody. People will see through it. If you're giving, again, I'm a broken record at this point. I'm like 19 minutes into this rant, but it's so I'm a broken record because it's so basic. That I have nothing else to add other than to repackage what I've been saying and, you know, what I said 3 minutes ago or 7 minutes ago, and just drive it home, you know? That's it, dude. Like it's so basic. Just run out there, do your thing. Do your thing, tell your stories, say please, be honest about what you need, what you can give in return. Be honest about what you're giving, and if you expect something in return, or if you don't, give without expectation, and say thank you. I know that most of us don't have to do this. Most of us are here for the craft, for the passion of what we love to do. We love to create and tell stories like the other storytellers that we grew up admiring, and we want to emulate or blaze our own trail. But say thank you to all the people who jump aboard. Whether if it's a short film, whether it's two friends helping you, whether it's you and a cell phone and one other person, say thank you. That's it. Got nothing else for you. Like, I thought I had my chapstick on. I don't even have a glass of water and my mouth is going dry. Say thank you. It's basic. You know, and even in moments when I'm just like, oh shit, I didn't say thank you, or I should say thank you more, or I should really let this person know that, you know, how much I appreciate them. You know, or maybe I don't come to one of those conclusions. I'll always double check with myself. Like, did I say thank you? Did I ask politely? Did I ask correctly? You know, why? Because the same applies to me too. Please, thank you, gratitude, appreciation, and not the bullshit kind, because you will bullshit no one. Word gets around, don't try to bullshit anyone. Just be honest, be true to, you know, things like honesty and gratitude. Run out there, do your thing, tell your stories. I gotta go to work. But I love you guys all. I will talk to you guys later. Subscribers on YouTubes. I went like that, ducky lips, before I could throw out the kiss. You guys, a big hug out to you guys. Thank you so much for every single one of you who are jumping aboard. To all of you people who've been on FILMspiration for a little while now, following my crazy rants, my crazy journey. Thank you. Again, you didn't have to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it if and when you do. Also, that little bell, that way you're notified every time I make a new video. You don't have to be here. And when you are here, because you are here, maybe you're not even subscribing. You're like, yeah, I'll check out this dude's videos. You know, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much for, you know, for the subscriptions, for just jumping aboard and listening to my craziness. Same thing with all you on Facebook. If you hit like, please hit like on the button. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are able to take something away from these videos. I really, really do. I guess that's one of the biggest things, is that, like, you know how we live in a world of everyone wanting to be like, you know, somebody who makes an impact or a difference in this world. There's a lot of us who want to do that. I think that's awesome. This is how, you know, I'm not saying I'm going to change the world with my vlog, but, you know, this is how I do it, is like trying to put my little grain of salt on the beach, so to speak. You know, this is what I can contribute. This is why I do it. And I hope that you're able to take something away from it. And if I'm ever wrong, or if you think like, Edgar, you're full of shit, hey, that's your opinion. Still love you the same. But yeah, thank you to all of you subscribers, all the new likes, everyone who's taken the time to watch on Facebook and YouTube. I really appreciate you. Instagrams, Twitters, bam, below. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. And if you guys make a short film or whatever it is that you do, if it's a short film or a feature or whatever you're working on, hit me up on the Facebooks, or leave a link in the comments below. Leave a comment. I'll get back to you. It might take me a day or two, but I'll get back to you. I'll always like to hear what you say, and because it's not just about, you know, what do I want to talk about today? Like, there are things that come to me that I do want to express, but I want to hear what you have to say and how I can make this vlog a better place for you. That's it. Love you guys. Talk to you guys later. And run out there, do your thing. If you have a higher power, consult your higher power. Outside of that, don't ask for anyone's blessing. Don't ask for anyone's permission. Run out there, do your stories. Do your thing. Tell your stories. Got that wrong. Do your thing. Tell your stories. If you don't know, if you have a question, go to the University of YouTube. It's free. Tuition's free. Anything you want to figure out, it's right there. Just type it in. And also the Googles too. Love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Adios.